YarnTubers, welcome back to Wanderlust Crochet with Dana and Benji, and we have a lot of new viewers here. So today I'm going to talk about who we are in this community, what we're all about, and what we're up to next. So we have had a ton of new people join this community over the last couple months. It's been kind of exciting to watch. So I want to welcome all of you, and I'd like you to get to know some of our OGs here. A lot of these people have been around for many years, and you should know what we do here. We are all about community, inspiration, and education when it comes to crochet. You're going to find out today who I am, who my dogs are, and all that we do here in this community, like crochet-alongs. We do live drives here in the truck, we do challenges, and we do some giveaways. So stick around and find out who we all are. So who is Dana? Okay, I'm a Christian. I'm a truck driver. I live on my truck. It's a 2025 Freightliner. I have traditionally been a horse trainer, a barrel racing coach, and a riding instructor. And then I became a war widow when I lost my husband in Afghanistan quite a few years ago. I have not remarried, not interested. But most importantly, what we're here for is the crochet, right? I do crochet on my truck. I love to do blankets. I love to wake up someplace different every day and work on my crochet. And some of the things that I have crocheted in the past are this Ardith Blanket and also the Phoenix. These are hooked on sunshine patterns. You can find them linked down below. I've also done the fruit garden. Some of my favorite designers are Selena Baca, the hooked on sunshine, those patterns, Jane Crowfoot. I do like MJ's Off the Hook. I do like Mikey. Sarah of, the Crochet Society, Bella Coco Crochet. I have quite a list of favorite designers, and I like to promote them here on the channel. Another thing about me is that I am a dog mom, and let's talk about Dooley. This is going to be tough. I had Dooley for 13 years. He was the dog of a lifetime, and he was the light of my life for so long and helped me through some really hard times, and I could always lean in on Dooley. We were there for each other. We were quite a team. After that, I got Jack, who was quite the clown. He was a lot of fun, but unfortunately, I didn't have him for very long, maybe a year and a half, and due to some neurological problems, I had to put him down. That was tough. But now there's Benji. Benji is a Shiba Inu mix of some kind, and he belonged to my good friend Pat. Dooley and I lived with Pat for a couple of years in Idaho, and when I moved in with Pat, he was only about a year old, maybe a little over a year old. So I have known Benji most of his life because he's 9.5 now. Last year, right before Easter, my 86-year-old friend Pat died. So I told the family that I would take Benji, and they agreed, much to my delight. So now he's my new trucker buddy, and it was hard to lose Pat, but in honor of Pat, whose favorite color was blue, I have named this new truck Patty. So enough about me. What do we do here on this channel? Well, the Wanderlust community, you get a uploaded video every week like this one, or occasionally a tutorial. I typically do those during the few times that I'm actually home because it's easier to record. A lot of times, like recently, I've been doing a lot of lists, along a certain theme where I'll show you all these patterns. I went out on the internet and did a deep dive and found some really great things to share with you because we're all about inspiration here. The other thing we do is color shorts. I will upload a color palette for color inspiration, for yarn colors, and I put them to music according to your song requests. So you can put a song request down in the comments down below, or wait until we do that in a live drive. That's another thing we do here is live drives. I'll just turn the camera to face out of the windshield, and I have you guys, I have the phone connected in my ears with Bluetooth Bluetooth, and I use an app that actually reads the chat to me. So I can interact with you while we're doing the live drive, and I don't have to look at the chat to, to read what you guys are saying. We do hashtag challenges, like the most recent one, Crochet Heart. You can find that in the list of videos on the channel. We also do the Scorched Earth Challenge, which is, for me, it's getting rid of all those whips, because I don't buy yarn because it's on sale or it's pretty. I find a project I want to do and I buy yarn to do it. So I have a ton of whips. That's what I have going on. I do monthly giveaways here. Usually in the middle of one of these videos, I will tell you where I'm at. And the first one to comment in the comments gets in a drawing for a $10 Amazon gift card for the next month. I also do an annual midwinter huge giveaway done in a live stream. So you can go back and look up and see what that's all about. So where does this community interact? I'm going to tell you, besides down in the comments and through emails that I receive, which I'm not very good at responding to, we interact over on the Discord channel. And what we do over there, we have some informal crochet-alongs. I do announcements, updates on community activities. We do project buddies, like we're getting ready to do for the rest of the year. We're going to be project buddies for Mosaic Crochet. We're going to celebrate each other's makes. That's what we do. Recently, we did a couple of square swaps. I'll tell you more about that. We have a lot going on up there. And occasionally we even have some pattern tests, because I'm a very amateur budding crochet designer, so I have my great testers over there. We just encourage and inspire each other and just have fun, friendly daily chats. Sometimes we're even in the voice chat. You can get a hold of me through Discord if you're a member of the community over there, and we'll get into a voice chat. It's kind of like Zoom. So let's talk about the crochet-alongs. These are very informal. They're basically monthly themes. And this next month, for example, we're doing mosaics, anything mosaic. We really have a lot of fun with these. So we have been doing this with no timeline. So you can come back 5 years later and post a picture. You decide you wanted to do a mosaic, post a picture of your mosaic, and we're going to celebrate that with you. We encourage each other. We celebrate everything. Our most recent crochet-alongs have been hats, socks. This month it's been cardigans. So here's the cardigan I'm working on. In the future, we're looking at bags and baskets. So come join along with us. We are really having a good time with this. So Discord is like a list of chat rooms. There's the general chat room. There are rooms specifically for pattern testing. There are voice chat rooms. There are chat rooms for the crochet-alongs, for our project buddies, kind of like the mosaic one. The voice chat, like I was telling you, is like a Zoom room. We might in the future do some movie nights. We have a room for square swaps. I'm going to tell you, we did this spring square swap last year and it was fabulous. It was so great. I love how that blanket turned out. And then we did the elfin square swap at Christmas time, and here it is, the end of March, beginning of April, and we are still struggling with that. I have learned a lot regarding square swaps. So starting in January is going to be when we're going to start gearing up for the next one. And square swaps, all communication will be done in the Discord channel, and using the lessons we've learned from these last two. That is going to be amazing. So, come on over. I post quite frequently saying where I happen to be in the country. That's a lot of fun. And let's all get to know each other. There are a couple things to know. This is not a grow channel. If you come into a live, that is not a place to drop your link. We are having organic, real conversations, and there's usually a topic being talked about when you come in. If you would like to know what it means to hijack the chat, ask me privately. I'm not going to go into it here, but coming in and hijacking the chat is it's just not nice, no matter what the situation is. If there is something going on in your life, whether it's a big announcement or there's something maybe negative, a trial kind of you're going through in your life, please talk to me privately, and we will address how to bring that out publicly in a live. Just ask me permission. Don't be spammy. We're just here to enjoy each other's company. Now, I promised you I would talk to you a little bit about the things I support here. There are a few companies, just a handful, that I actually feel pretty strongly about. One of them is Amway. You're going to hear me talk about Amway. I have been an Amway distributor for over 30 years. Most importantly, you're going to hear me talk about L.O.C, liquid organic multi-purpose cleaner. You can use this to wash your hair, wash your driveway, wash your horse, wash your water tanks, your dog dishes. And I use it to block and wash my projects. Why? Because number one, it's more cost effective than wool wash. And number two, it is actually better for the fibers. It's very conditioning for the fibers. It is the only thing I will use on my handmade projects. Nutrilite is the #1 vitamin supplement company in the world. Been around since 1939. Artistry, #1 skincare. I use it. Believe it or not, I'm 96 years old. No, I'm just kidding. And G&H Body, there's a link down below on the L.O.C. You can check the ingredients and you can look around and see what else Amway has to offer. You are going to hear me talk about Amway because I really do feel strongly about these products. A few other companies you're going to hear me talk about. Some of them I am actually an affiliate for, and I will talk about companies I have been denied an affiliate partnership with because I still feel strongly about their products. So you can be assured, this is my promise to you, I am only going to promote things that I really feel comfortable with. I would not sell you out just for, you know, a couple bucks from a company that I really don't think is that great. So here's a list of companies that you're going to hear me talk about. The big one is the American Crochet Association. I am a big supporter of that. Jimmy Bean's Wool, a company called The Cherry on Top, Lion Brand, Stylecraft, Hirschner's, and Knit Picks. You're going to hear me talk about all of these companies all the time. But again, I promise you, only things that I really feel have some value to them. So what is coming up? What you can look forward to seeing is, first of all, I'm going on my first cruise in April. It is a 7-day Alaskan cruise, and a bunch of us crocheters, I think there's 10 of us that are going. So you can look forward to seeing and sharing my experience of that. The other thing that I have started working on, and you can look forward to seeing some updates on this, is there's something called Pennies. They're just a 12 double crochet 1 round circle like in this picture, and I have ordered the yarn, Stylecraft Naturals, bamboo and cotton, to do this, and I've decided this is what I'm going to do in the mornings when I sit up and grab my coffee. I will turn on the Bible Gateway website so that I can have the scripture read to me while I work on a penny, and then after I do the first one, then the next ones are all join as you go. That is coming up. That is something I want to start doing soon. Another thing that I'm continuing to do is what I call the Granny Merino blanket. And these are squares made out of a DK weight 100% superwash merino hand-dyed yarn that I have found throughout the country. And this should be a fabulous blanket when it's finally done. So I'm still doing that. Another thing you can look forward to seeing later in this year is the Barn Quilt Sampler Afghan. My friend Diane, she's a friend of mine there in the Portland area, and she has done these charts on Ravelry. I will link this down below. They are basically, just barn quilt type blocks done in a crochet chart, and you do this in a mini corner to corner fashion. And I have done a real deep dive into colors that I want to do. I want to do them kind of in Civil War classic kind of colors, so you can look forward to that. I hope you guys will stick around to see all these things come to life. So we're going to wrap this up with one more thing that I want to share with you. When I do this at the end of a video, that is, I'm not throwing gang size, that is a half of a heart. Half a heart. It is from when my husband was overseas. I used to think, well, half my heart is in Iraq, or half my heart is in Afghanistan, or wherever he happened to be. So this community really does have my heart. So that's what that means at the end of a video. So from Pacific, Washington, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. What I want you to do is ask any questions you want down in the comments. Check the other videos out. Check all the links down in the description box, and most importantly, join us over on Discord. Okay? Okay, I love you guys. Bye.